So I do want to I want to. So we've been, little different problems every day, something different. Make sure you write the definition down. Here, the fundamental theorem of algebra states that any polynomial of n degree has n roots. So this polynomial is third degree. You're searching for 3 answers. So 3 of these numbers will give you a remainder 0. Okay? Any polynomial of n degree has n roots. Third degree has 3 roots. Now, they might not all be rational. Some of them might be imaginary or even irrational, but you can find 3 answers. So the list for this is all the factors of 12. So your list of possibilities is pretty large because 12 divides by a lot. So it's positive or negative 12, positive or negative 6, positive or negative 4, positive or negative 3, positive negative 2, positive negative 1. All of the factors of 12 are the possible zeros. So if there is a remainder 0 possible for this third degree polynomial, it's one of these numbers. So you have to test 12 numbers. So that's why I said work together. I'm going to show this problem 3 different ways, and I hope it helps you kind of understand a shortcut. I want to show you a shortcut. Did anybody find a number that works? No. So there won't be more than 3. So if you find 3, you can stop. No. So you have a math error. Aubrey, do you understand where these numbers come from? The last, it's just factors of this number at the end. Well, if you have a leading coefficient, like if there was a 5 here, I would do all of these numbers over 5 as well. So they would go in the denominator. Okay? And that's just making a list. It could be less than 3. If it's 3, 2, 1, or 0, you don't. You have to try to solve it. What number did you do? Okay, let me try it. Yeah. All right, I'm going to test -1 first. So I put the coefficients here. And again, if you don't remember synthetic, you can always try long division. Aubrey, you're good on synthetic division, right? Okay. Bring the 1 down. This one gave me a -10. I didn't get -1 to work. So now I'm going to test +1, same system. Alright, my first try did not work, so I'll test +1. Alright, 12 gave me a remainder 0. Did anybody find anything besides 1? Don't say it, just, okay, now watch this. So my result with 1, so if I was to write that in factored form, I would do x minus 1 parentheses x squared plus 8x plus 12, right? So this is like my first set of factoring. The result of my first factoring group. Now, I could continue to test all of these numbers, or a shortcut is just to try to factor this. If I can factor this, that's going to be quicker than testing all of those numbers to find the rest. So I'm going to do what will multiply to 12 and add to 8. And so that's 6 times 2. So now I know my other factors, x plus 6 and x plus 2. Now, this says to solve them, so I have x minus 1, x plus 6, and x plus 2. And this was the result of my second factoring, gave me these answers. So now I'll just set all of these equal to 0 and solve. So yesterday we did not solve. Yesterday we stopped. Today I'm saying go ahead and solve it. So this polynomial has at most 3 answers, and I have found them. It's 1, -6, and -2. So who went about it a different way? There's lots of other ways to go about it and find the same answers. If you want, like, so some people like start to be able to do this in their heads a little bit, you know, and they can think, well, if I put 3 here, do I think that number would work? So it's not like, yes, if you try -3, you must try +3 next. No, it's just trying to figure out kind of the shortest way to find an answer. So remember that your the number outside your synthetic division, that's your 0. We could call it a root. We could call it a solution. In factored form, it's always the opposite sign. So when I put it in parentheses, if it's a plus, I put it with a minus. Because you're kind of thinking ahead on this. If you set it equal to 0, add 1 to both sides, you would get a +1. So who did it differently? Did anybody find -6 or -2 first? What did you find? So 3 words? Is that the one you said? Let me just start. Let's say I tested -2 first. What number did you get first? I got Alright, so the result of my first factoring would be x plus 2, x squared plus 5x minus 6. And now I'm going to try to factor this. I'm going to find what multiplies to negative 6 and adds to 5. And I'm really tempted to pick 2 and 3. But negative 2 times 3, when added together, result in 1. And negative 3 times 2, when added together, result in negative 1. So, well, 2 and 3 really seem to work because I want to combine them to make 5. I'm going to switch to 6 and 1. I'm going to do 6 times negative 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So the result of this factoring gives me positive 6 and negative 1. So, I'm not sure if you guys knew this yesterday. When we do on like number 5 in notes, so in number 5, the constant is 2. The number at the end. And the leading coefficient is 6. So my possibilities, I'm going to do plus and minus 2 and plus and minus 1. Then I have to put these numbers over all of the factors of 6. So I'm going to do plus and minus 2 over 6, plus and minus 1 over 6. Everybody good with that? What does 6 divide by? 3. So I'm going to do plus and minus 2 over 3 and plus and minus 1 over 3. What else does 6 divide by? 2. So I'm going to do plus and minus 2 over 2, plus and minus 1 over 2. Let me write this out with words. It's all of the factors of the constant over all of the factors of the leading coefficient. So I saw a lot of answers where people put it over 6, but they missed the 3 and the 2. Because 6 divides by 3 and 6 divides by 2.
Do the same for question 6.
Yeah, so it's all the factors of 27 over 9 and over 3.
So you do the normal thing. Okay, I see. Because you put 2 under both of your normal answers. So is it just get all the normal answers for the constant and then just put the coefficient under all of them?
Correct. That's it. And the factors of the coefficient. So not just 9, but also 3 because 9 divides by 3.
Would you do that for 2 is just 1.
2 and 1, yeah. That's why people aren't figuring this out, Alex, because I only did examples like 4. So how come we don't see 2 6 in the answer list? Because it's just 1/3. They're not going to list 2 6. They're going to reduce it as 1/3. Okay, who else has a question on this assignment? So I think 5 is the most difficult to make it. 8 you were supposed to touch them all. So I'm going to come by and give you credit for homework, and then when I'm done with that, log into a Chromebook because we're going to do classwork quizzes today. Did I answer your question at all?
Oh, sorry.
You understand what we're doing? Do your sensory vision look for your Yeah, because it doesn't go further. A lot of them do, but not all of them. Right? Because you can see there the answer is just one.
I got confused, so I'm pretty good.
All right, you're